This week on the final episode on Thomas on the Town, we're gonna go and visit my favorite memories with my favorite people. What is your favorite memory about us?
So some of my favorite memories are when you and I see each other when we hadn't planned to see each other, and just simply to say hello, because it's a good thing to be out on the town, right? And to not just be approachable, but to be approaching. So it's one of the many things that I've learned from you, and I think it's something that we all can learn, is to get out of your office, get out of your room, and go out. Just simply to go out with no agenda, no plans, but just to get out on the town. So thank you for continuing to inspire me and many others to get out of our own spaces and routines, and to get out and to embrace the surprises that come from just being out and about, out in the town, if you will.
I can't narrow it down to one thing. I'll narrow it down to a series of memories, right?
Okay.
And I would say it's all about the development of the Professor Wilson character. And so it started with us just hanging out after one of your classes, and you just told me a little bit about what you learned. And then one day you got up and you started drawing some diagrams like this one I have right here of the things that you learned, and really started to like kind of adopt this almost professor, and I was the student role. And over time you started putting a pen in your collar like a microphone.
Yeah.
And your lectures got longer and more in depth, and you started quizzing me.
Yeah.
That was a ton of fun. You've been a little bit too busy with Thomas on the Town to do all that this year, but I really enjoyed those days. I hope we definitely get at least a couple more in before you graduate.
I think my favorite memory is the moment we decided you were going to have your own show, because I don't think you believed me that you were going to have your own show. We were walking down that hallway right over there, and we were outside the glass, outside OTN, and I was like, so, I don't know, maybe you should just do your own show, because, like, that's what an OTN intern does. And you really took it and rolled with it, but I still love the very first time that idea ever came up, and that we all decided that Thomas on the Town was going to exist.
How have I gone over the past year?
Well, I remember when I first saw you, I was in my undergraduate working over in Goldstein Auditorium, and I thought, who is this random person walking through my venue? And I asked around, and it turned out they were like, oh, his name is Thomas. He's fine. He's just wandering around doing his thing. And then I finally came to work for operations and got to meet you more, working our late nights together. Monday closings were our thing. I think you've grown a lot, Thomas. You went from... You've always been pretty independent, but I think you've grown a lot in understanding different emotions and understanding how to handle different scenarios, even being more independent than you have been running this own show with the assistance of your lovely producers and cinematographers and editors, your whole lovely team here. I think you've done a lot. You've grown, certainly.
Thomas, I think this role as executive producer for Thomas on the Town has really taught you a lot of responsibility, project management, organization, and it can show by the quality of work you've been doing. So I would say that, from just humble beginnings as far as learning in class to now where you have, a wonderful libretto of content, I think it's really great.
From the beginning to the end, you have grown immensely. It's just amazing how you just kept doing it every week, and you were getting better and better and better. It's just, and I'm the biggest fan of Thomas out on the town.
Yeah.
And you should be very proud of yourself, the way you have progressed and gained so much confidence in who you are as a person. And you are a fantastic ambassador of Syracuse University, and your name on the new house wall is well deserved.
What advice would you give to graduates?
3 things. Number 1, have a full effort. That when you do something, do it well and give it your best. The second is to have a positive attitude. The world is filled with far too much division and negativity, and to choose an attitude of hope and gratitude. The third thing would be to have a kind heart, that treat others with respect and to assume the best of others. I think that those things help to make the world a better place. So full efforts, positive attitude, kind heart.
Get a LinkedIn account, make a website, and learn everything. Most importantly, learn Photoshop, learn graphic design, and learn video, because that is the most important thing right now in news media. It seems to be the golden ticket for revenue and content.
The advice that I'd give to our graduates is to do what you want to do, right? Don't settle for whatever you feel like is the right path or whatever somebody tells you is the right path for you. Go out and do what you want to do. Go out and experience what you want to experience. Don't be afraid to take a little time off and relax a little bit. You're in this really cool time period right now where all you've done is school for like the last 20 years of your life, right? And now you finally got some time in between where you'll work for the next 30 years of your life. So you've got this tiny little chunk right now. Take advantage of it. Go out, have some fun, see some cool stuff, relax for a bit, and really take it all in and be proud of what you've accomplished in your last 20 odd years of schooling. So yeah, do what you want to do. Take some time to relax and have fun with it.
This year, I was able to attend a lot of important events. I visited the dome for the men's basketball team practice. I was able to take shots and dribble the ball down the court. I was also able to meet the coaches and players. It was amazing. I also co-host an episode of Mornings on the Hill to the NCC News. It was beautiful. I like being on live TV and telling the public more about Thomas on the Town. Police Academy was an experience I will never forget. It was very interesting, and I learned a lot. It was an honor to receive my certificate from Chief Stone and Officer George. I was very lucky that my friend Mo set up 2 surprise watch parties for Thomas on the Town and sign on the big screen. People from all over the campus came to watch all the episodes with me. That was very special. Thanks again, Mo. The Unsung Hero event was beautiful. I was honored with that award for my service to the university. I was able to go up stage with Chancellor Subaru and accept my medal. This was a very important day that I would never forget. Syracuse was a fundraiser for the university. I was able to sit down with SU alums Scott Hansen, touring one, walking about Thomas on the town. This was an amazing experience. I enjoy my time here at Syracuse University, and I want to thank everyone who helped me along the way. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this season for Thomas on the Town. This is Thomas Wilson, signing off.